call to order the council meeting for February 9th, 5:30. And you said you'll leave the resolution.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. So we just had a council workshop that was wrapping up right before this. And so we're on agenda item number 3, items from the public. Yes. Go ahead, you got 3 minutes.
Okay. This is in reference to the, I don't know what you call it, is it that CIS statement, that proposed
Resolution?
resolution, there we go. I've been doing quite a bit of research on it. It's pretty simple to do right now. And what I found is that the undocumented immigrants alone brought in many, many billions of dollars in state, local, and federal taxes. So it's interesting that we're spending over $1 trillion hunting these people down and incarcerating them and shipping them out to wherever. It's somebody's making money off of it, and we're paying for it, and it's an incredible grift. And I think we should look into the business of it. I mean, it's always about who's making money or who's profiting from something. And it sure isn't us. And it sure shows in our lack of social supports here. I mean, healthcare, and dental, vision, that doesn't count. And Social Security is very minimal. And you need infrastructure, basic infrastructure. And we're paying for this other thing that's just shooting ourselves in the foot. So I think it would be a really good idea to make some kind of a statement about that issue. And I think that PCIS resolution would at least begin to address it a little bit.
Thank you so much.
Diantha?
It's rather interesting that when you were discussing the legality of the resolution, our governor and our AG was passing a bunch of resolutions to take care of to prevent ICE from doing anything here in our state. They have a great article about it in the Oil Harbor Herald for February 4th. We'll recommend everybody to read that. Okay. All I'm talking about is my grandparents. My grandparents came from Finland. I don't know where your grandparents came from. Mine came from Finland at the turn of the last century. My grandpa, I think, jumped ship in Astoria. He was a sailor and he worked in the logging industry. Sent money back to Finland to my grandma. In a couple of years, they had enough saved up. She came over too with her 3 children who were born in Finland. They settled in Seaford, Oregon. They started the Palm Rose Dairy there, and they were there for years and years and years. My grandpa became a U.S. citizen. My grandma never did. She was a Finnish citizen all the days of her life, and she died in 1950 something or other. exact date. And he had their 3 children, my Uncle Bill, my Uncle Dick, and my Aunt Esther, and never became, they were born in Finland, but they were accepted as US citizens. There was no problem with it. They went to school here. They grew up, they had families, they worked, they paid taxes, and they voted. They were US citizens. And I just want to know, would you send my grandma back to Finland? Or would you put her in detention? Would you put her in detention? Would you put my grandma in detention? Would you put your grandparents in detention? It's the it wasn't a problem at one time. Why is it a problem now? Okay, the fear that people have right now. I talked to this about a friend about this. He said, "Oh, if we have this resolution, then we're going to get our heads, we're going to get stomped on." I don't know if she's afraid of the government or she's afraid of the MAGA people doing death threats. Whichever it is, either one. Are we supposed to be afraid of our government? I don't think so. We should bend the knee to the government. Wyatt, you were head of the best barn over in South Bend School. Do you call those Hispanic kids? Do they deserve to go to detention?
You know what?
Do those kids deserve to go to detention just because they're US citizens? Because they're not US citizens? They weren't born here?
I don't set the laws, but, you know, when,
You send a little kid to detention?
Quiet,
No.
I'm just gonna.
Okay. Darren, your family has the store. They have a lot of Hispanic foods. Hispanics, I think, are an economic benefit to the territory. And you two, I've seen the ICE pulling over Native Americans who could be more or less a citizen.
Your
I don't think anybody could.
You already found your
Time's up. Time's up.
Time's up?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's more to say. Could I take a few more minutes?
No, you'll have time at the end, at the
We
end
need to talk
there.
about it further.
Okay, London Espinoza has his hand up.
Okay. Hi, London.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, and staff. My name is London Espinosa Kennedy. I'm a Pacific County constituent. Thank you for this little moment to speak. I hope you've had enough time to conclude that this resolution, the one that we're talking about right now, I'm assuming, does not change laws or policies, and it does not tie the hands of law enforcement, and it does not invite ICE to our communities. I understand doing due diligence. I understand the importance of that, and I appreciate needing time for that. But I would be dishonest if I said I wasn't disappointed by the tabling of this resolution on premises of legal adherence or retribution, what feels like hiding behind bureaucratic process. In the time since this was tabled, a father was taken by ICE in front of his 2-year-old in Shoreline. I imagine a community that's not unlike our own. ICE is in Washington. The question isn't if it reaches our doorstep, but when and what is the plan? I want to address 2 points from Mayor Julie Strzok's letter to this council. First, the concern about drawing unwanted attention and making South Bend a target. The Trump administration has called Washington a sanctuary state already. We're already a target. On top of that, we also have roughly 20% Hispanic community in South Bend. There is no hiding from this. Second, ex-Mayor Strzok is not the current mayor, and although her input can be appreciated, her words do not represent voters, and quite honestly, it's shameful to even suggest hiding and silence are better options. These are not the leaders we seek when making important decisions that involve the BIPOC community. Additionally, when someone is at the wrong end of enforcement action while exercising their constitutional rights, where will our law enforcement be? Where will our city leaders be? Will they be hiding and silent also? This resolution may not have all the answers, but it contains words we need from our leaders now. They're simple words. We will follow the law. We will protect you. All law-abiding people in our jurisdiction deserve to feel safe. That is in this resolution. I hope you've had time to conclude that the resolution doesn't open the city to litigation, and it ensures its protection. It ensures people's trust is in good hands. We live in unprecedented times. We cannot pretend that this is business as usual. Today's decision is a testament to your commitment to lead and a promise to keep all people, regardless of skin color, gender, age, ability, or citizenship status, are safe and working. It confirms our community stands united with others across the nation. I'm here to urge you to adopt this resolution and to assure Pacific County and South Bend residents that you are willing to meet this moment for what it is, a moment to stand alongside with us. Thank you.
Thank you, London. Is there anyone else online that would like 3 minutes?
No one's got their hands up.
Nope, and no one came off mute. Okay, so, sorry, I gotta switch my glasses. I'm so sorry. It's going up 2 pairs of glasses. Agenda item number 4, approval of the agenda and consent agenda. With the approval of the minutes from a regular meeting. Second. It's been moved and seconded. For
I
the,
have a question.
yes,
Is the resolution discussion, is it an action item tonight or another discussion?
It's a discussion.
It's a-
We did not put it up as an action item.
we did.
So there'd be no voting tonight on the resolution.
Listed as voting.
Okay.
That was our agreement.
Yeah.
Right.
Could I ask a question?
So we just had, comments from the public. Were you not here?
Yeah,
for that?
but Jesus Christ. I tried clicking on the links from the packet. It did not work on 2 computers and 1 phone. And then I went to Facebook, and where you had posted the agenda on Facebook, then it worked. So no, I couldn't do, I did have some comments if I could do that.
You guys okay with that? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Okay, well, I don't know if you had Zoom available for the workshop or not, because it didn't work for either the workshop or the regular meeting. A couple of things. One,
Yeah.
It's the same.
considering the library with the TRL's recent information about cuts in their budget and cutbacks in staffing and so on. I don't know if you've been in contact with TRL since that time, but if you haven't, probably should. I think, as I think I said before at a meeting, I would definitely lean toward a new building rather than trying to pour money into the existing building. And again, I don't know where you are at in the discussions with TRL. I'm not sure if TRL had promised you money before, if that's an open promise or not. The final thing is, on the agenda, it had listed on your executive session an ordinance. I've never been aware that you could discuss an ordinance in executive session, but maybe it's some twist I don't know about. Anyway, that's it for my public comments. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Bob. So we'll go back to 4. It's been approved, or it's been moved and seconded to approve the agenda, and minutes from the second thing. Did you want to change anything though? Because there was discussion called for discussion.
No, I just wondered if that was an action item.
Yeah, because we wanted to have some conversation about it first, because we wanted to have discussion about it.
Right, we're gonna discuss it.
Mhm.
Okay. Number 6,
Mhm.
but not an executive session.
No.
Okay.
Are we good? Any other
Okay.
discussion? Okay.
We get a vote on that?
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet, sorry. There was the question. All those in favor?
I,
Any opposed? Okay. And then we have 5 correspondence.
We have correspondence from Julie Strutt, Diantha Wallop, Sandra and Kurt Harris, Christine Balcom, and Anna Burwell. And all of those letters are in front of you. And in accordance with my research, if you have the letters, we don't have to read them out loud. Since you have copies of the letters, you are able to read them.
So we don't get to hear them then?
They are available. They will be available online.
Number 6 is the resolution discussion. And part of the reason why we at least kind of started off is we had kind of like multiple discussions happening. First, I wanted to address why it's thing where, so we sent it to the attorney and got a copy back from the attorney with edits. And then also Darren had met with Tate and they worked on one as well. So just wanted to have discussion to make sure that things were matching up and things were, you know what I mean? Like that things looked good before we took action is why that was happening. And then also because there was the potential it could go either way, a resolution or a proclamation. It depended on what council wanted to do.
And just for clarity, Tate and I had a conversation, phone conversation. It was a great conversation.
Yeah.
But when I got the letter from the attorney, I chose not to work on anything further directly with him until we had a chance to discuss the
Right.
obvious legalities of the resolution that were brought to us.
Right. So just kind of wanted to put that out there just so to kind of catch everybody up and get everybody kind of on the same page with that. And then open it up for comments from council. Sorry to clarify, this is council comment time to have their discussion.
After seeing the results from the attorney, it looks like there's a lot of potential from the original wording of the resolution that we could be hanging our careers out there a bit and get in some trouble legally, potentially. So that makes me nervous to follow through with the original wording, obviously. And the attorney looks like he did some edits of what he would recommend that we're going to say. So I'm not sure where we want to go.
well, why doesn't someone read what the attorney said? So that the audience knows what we're doing.
Thank you.
That's funny. I can read, I'll read the letter that he sent back to Mayor Bernard, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Mayor Bernard, attached are our revisions to the resolution. I spent quite a bit of time on this and as it is tricky to determine what a city can and cannot do in these. Your draft was a stronger statement against ICE than I'd seen from a Washington city before. So I appreciate the need to take a stand. I took out / revised several provisions. We recommend to our clients to not take actions in a resolution that create obligations on the city for these reasons. And these are the bullet points below. Most cities are very reliant on federal funding, so you likely don't want to poke the bear too hard is what it said. We have concerns that if we are mandating staff/police to oppose ICE, what happens when ICE comes to town? We can't stop them. And then sub bullet points. Does it create private liability for the city if ICE then appears, grabs folks and injures someone, and we fail to stop it? Have we made an exception to the public duty doctrine or create an obligation to our residents that opens the city up for potential liability for not acting to stop ICE? Another bullet point, we do not want to place the city law enforcement in any situation where they feel obligated to physically oppose federal law enforcement. With that in mind, I revised the resolution. Attached is a red line version so you can see our edits and a clean version ready to use. I made it a strong statement while following the above principle. If you don't like my revisions to the resolution, another option for the city is to adopt a proclamation instead. With a proclamation, there's no, in quote, action taken, rather it's an expression of sentiment and position. We are a little less concerned about what goes into a proclamation compared to a resolution. Let me know if you have any questions. When signed by the city attorney.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So what direction are we going in? Or
Does anybody have
has
any-
anybody read the revised resolution?
Probably already.
And do you have any comments or concerns about the red line version?
I'm more personally, I'm more comfortable with that than what we had. I think with I don't think I'd be comfortable tonight approving this. Well, it's just a discussion tonight anyway, correctly? Correct, yeah. Did everybody already have a chance to read this before the meeting? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on the changes?
I don't think it changes much in what it says and what we mean it to say or what I would like it to say. I would pass it. If I was voting.
Yeah.
Just if I can reference my conversation with Tate, that we had. I asked him to kind of boil down what he wanted the intent of the original resolution to do. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Tate, okay? There were like two main goals that he said, and I kind of wrote this down so I didn't forget, that our local immigrant population is at this point deeply afraid. And they want reassurance that they don't have to fear our local police. Is that that's one of the boiled down statements, correct, Tate?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. And number two, that they want to know that their city council supports them, that we are not, yeah. And that's kind of the two main points that I got from you. And we had a longer conversation about that. And I do understand that we have put it on Facebook, you know, the police's stance and what they're allowed to do and not to do by state law. But after my conversation, because I was leaning towards, well, do we need this if we already have that? But I do recognize that I am not an immigrant in this community. I mean, my family were way back, you know, but I am not, and I'm not in a position to understand that fear. And I get that. And I did get that from our conversation. That kind of was a good shift for me, a good point that I came away with. And you know, he said that the fear is actually genuinely as deep as, it's almost like they're, you know, our community is seeing things that aren't there. And when you have that deep of fear, I understand that. So I do think we do need to make a statement. Even though I'm a very black and white person, it's like, the laws are here, it's already been stated. I do think, we do owe our community a statement from us that says, hey, we're here for you. You do not need to fear our police. They are there for you. And I do know from working in EMS for 27 years and working with our immigrant community, very, very small percentage of our 911 calls were from our immigrant community. I mean, a very small percentage compared to the number of people that were in the community that are immigrants. So I recognize there is a fear, even when there wasn't the ICE discussions going around, there is that fear. So I would like to make some type of a statement. I would like to have just personally a little more time to think about this and vote at our next meeting if we could on something.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can't take action because we didn't.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, I talked a lot. I apologize.
No, that's good. It's,
Okay.
I mean, I appreciate, you know, what you said and appreciate you taking the time to meet with Tate and look at it from someone else's perspective, right? And thinking about it from our immigrant community, and the fear is so real. I mean, you guys know what I do for my day job, right? And so work with those folks and see folks.
We know that we have privilege,
Yeah.
you know, we don't wake up every morning, you know, and hope that we don't get picked up on the way to work.
Yeah.
Or while we're at work. We don't have to worry about our children.
I have to worry about my kid though.
I have
And
to worry about my granddaughter.
Right? I mean, I have a very brown boy who is scared to go to work and scared to go to the store and drive around because, I mean, Wyatt knows he had him at school, and you know, that fear is legitimate for him, because then what does he have on top of it? He has a whole bunch of tattoos. So, you know, it's, that fear is legitimate even in our community, right? And I can't do anything to make that better or make that go away because it's real.
Well, I agree with Darren. I think we should have some kind of a public statement that shows that we are in support of everybody in the community. There is no reason to be afraid here. And we are very fortunate being a small town. We definitely don't have a lot of the issues that you're seeing in the big city. And last meeting when we talked to the police chief about it, there's been very few situations where we've actually had ICE in our community. Hopefully it can stay that way, you know, but, I believe the lawyer done a great job of clearing up a lot of muddy water here. He's definitely, I mean, look at it, the first one definitely did not cover a lot of the laws that we have to abide by, and he's added a lot of that in there. And, you know, I'm not willing to put the city's neck out to not be eligible for any of these federal grants, because we do need those to keep our infrastructure going as well. So we do have to lean on the side of caution and legalities, and that's why I wanted it to be looked at by the city attorney to begin with. And I think it was definitely worth us having that done, because this has cleared up a lot of muddy water that was in that first resolution that obviously would have never flown.
There is the question of whether or not we want to do it as a resolution or
Yeah.
a
Proclamation.
Yes.
And that's a you all question, because a resolution has to be passed by you all. A proclamation is something that I would sign, that I could sign. So it's what you all feel most comfortable with and want you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I wanna support what you all wanna support, so.
I didn't do any, I did some research before the last meeting on ordinance versus resolution, but I didn't do any research.
So-
Resolution versus.
Kind of, I think he kind of touched, so a resolution is binding, right? That's, it's,
Basically law.
It's legal.
it's law, where a proclamation is, we're proclaiming support, like a statement, like what the big
Expressing city sentiment,
Yes,
Okay,
so that's.
how the
the
city
difference.
feels.
Yes,
gotcha.
It's not,
Yes.
it's not exactly legal, but
yeah,
it's saying this is how we feel about this situation.
It's the city exercising its First Amendment right.
Yeah.
Is basically all it is.
yeah,
Now, my other thought, I guess, some discussions is, okay, what Police Chief Spiegel put on Facebook, was great, and maybe a few of the citizens got to see it.
I think
but-
you got more likes on that than you've gotten on anything, including the shots for the cops.
But my question is, if we do a proclamation, how do you get that known to the immigrant community that of what's there?
You pin it on your Facebook page at the top and it's there all the time. You put it on the front page of your
website. There's different.
I mean,
ways.
the same way, I mean, they're not gonna know about a resolution either unless they go online. And there's a difference between a resolution and an ordinance. An ordinance is a law, binding law, and I believe a resolution is not a binding law.
It is binding.
It's binding.
I researched with what Association of Washington
Yes.
Cities on it, and it's kind of muddy. It's
Yeah.
binding, but it's not.
It's opinion,
It's to show intent,
yeah,
So,
but it is more legally binding than a proclamation.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mayor, if we were to put out, that out, would you be able to share it, to the people that you work with as well? So they would know that.
Yeah, I mean,
City.
yeah, I mean, we'd share it against for all, I mean, we'd share it all, I mean, I would hope, Tate, also that you would share that as well. Is it okay if I call Tate in this question?
Yes.
Tate has his hand.
Tate, you can come off mute.
Thank you. Yes, as I discussed at the last meeting, we would definitely make sure anyone in our community who needs to hear this message to know that you're behind them would hear it. I can promise you that we're very well connected with our immigrant community, which is why we came before you with this proposal. I want to thank all of you counselors for the time and attention and care that you're putting into this resolution. And I want to reiterate something I brought up at the last council meeting that, I'm not a lawmaker by any means. And so you doing your due diligence and consulting with your attorney, making edits to the exact wording of the resolution is totally okay with me. It's something I support and encourage, and I'm thankful for you doing. Ultimately, I think the resolution is more powerful because it shows that the entire city council stands behind the statement and stands behind the value of saying that we're going to follow Washington state law. In contrast to what former Mayor Struck put in her letter, the Keep Washington Working law is not in violation of any federal laws. There's a whole FAQ on the Attorney General's website about why that's the case. But really, in my discussion with Councilor Manlow, what came up consistently was that across the nation, we're seeing this fear, and it might not be touching down exactly in South Bend yet, but our residents are surely feeling that fear. And so taking some sort of action is better than doing nothing at all. And I think that a resolution is the most powerful action that you can take to show that you're united as a city council, as a city, behind our immigrant communities. And really, it's just showing that we're going to keep doing things the same way we always have in South Bend. We're going to keep following local law. We're going to keep following state law. And that people halfway across the country aren't going to tell us how to treat our neighbors, and we're going to decide that for ourselves. So I just want to thank you all for the level of care and intention you're putting into this. If there's any role I can play in the redrafting, I'm happy to help. But really, I trust you to do what's right here, and I'm seeing that already in the interactions I'm having with the council members. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Chase. It would, again, it would just be what you all would want us to draft that. Because I mean, the attorney pretty much drafted the resolution. If there were any edits that you felt needed to be made further to that one, we could make. And then if not, they also said it would be easy to switch into, like I said, a proclamation.
I'd like to see a rough draft of a proclamation and put them side by side and see what it looks like.
Yeah, I agree.
So I can do that, again, and David could send it out, and then we could put it on for an action item for the next one. Is that okay?
Well, it'd be a rough draft, so we'd get a chance to look at it and then,
Yeah, that's right. We'd have to look at it.
Yeah.
and then we'd have to vote on action the following.
Is that right, Dave? That's the way that would go.
Well, I
I
could send
don't
out a
think
rough, I could send out a rough draft. And I believe that if you guys looked at it
Did,
and had time to discuss it, we could make it an action item
yeah,
at this
By the next meeting.
at this next meeting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'd be good with that.
We could do that. That way you're not prolonging this process.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to do our due diligence on this issue, but we also don't want to drag it on, any longer than it needs to be either, for the sake of the people who brought it up,
And for the immigrant community.
which is why they brought it up.
right. Well, thank you all for this discussion. Item number 7, department head report. Chief Spiegel. Superintendent Health.
I have nothing more.
Yeah,
You know about anything.
What?
thank you.
How come the fire alarm doesn't go off every Wednesday at 6 o'clock?
You're working on it though, right?
We're not done with it. It's just
No,
not working.
just not working.
All right.
So does the one though in the, is that the west side? I'm like east side. I'm always like, don't ask me. North, south.
Yeah, we got 2 of them that don't work.
Okay. Clerk Johnson,
I have no report.
you have a report?
No report.
Oh, okay. And then I don't really have much of anything except for thank you all for the discussion earlier. I will be out for the next few days at required function for me, but I need someone to attend the PCOG meeting from 11 to 12:30 on Wednesday, the 11th. Is anybody available?
What name?
PCOG, Pacific Council of Governments.
Oh. Gotcha, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you said something totally different.
It's okay. Viewing the 0.09 infrastructure project application process. And so we just have to have somebody there.
I can do it if you want.
Okay.
On Wednesday.
Okay. That's you, and I'll forward the thing to you. All right. I'm trying to attend 1,000 meetings, y'all, but that are a lot of fun. But that one I just can't do because I'm at a required function. So thank you, Jan, for that. And then we are at number 9, public comments.
Can I ask something?
Yeah, it's, is it regarding current agenda items?
Yeah, about the resolution stuff.
Yeah,
So,
so you have 3 minutes.
okay, cool. So like the thing with the lawyer checking in with it, I just want to make sure, because it seems like the way Tate says it, it's, Tate wants to separate the police and the ICE, from working together, right? Like, I guess separating them. And then the lawyer says that it's like a thing about the police getting in physical contact with them. I just want to, this is like two different kind of interpretations of it. I just wanted to clarify if you guys have any comment on that, or what?
I think what the resolution, I know we're not supposed to look back, but I think the resolution, the way that the attorney cleared it up was making it clear a distinction. There was a spot in the resolution that said something about, and I can't remember what it was, but it said something about the preventing
ICE activity.
From us engaging in ICE activity. And so that what the attorney was saying, that prevented us from engaging at all, could be interpreted that way, is what he was saying. It could be. So if we were sued at any point in time, that would open us up.
Yeah, preventing is a vague term. What's the new term?
It's just illegal.
I don't know what the new term is off the top of my head.
Does it have any weight at all?
Well, I mean,
It's,
no matter, I can let you read it here.
Yeah.
But no matter what it says here,
Yeah.
his hands are already tied by state law.
Yeah.
Nothing we pass in a resolution or a proclamation changes anything that our local police can do.
Yeah.
They're already bound by rules and regulations.
Yeah.
But the resolution has nothing to do with what he does, or sorry, what the police does.
I think it's to mitigate liability from negative interactions between the two agencies should the situation rise.
Yeah.
That's really what that's all about.
And that's kind of more how
That's why the lawyer interpreted that, to make sure that, we weren't setting our head into a bear trap.
Gotcha. And it has more language closer to that. Gotcha.
yeah,
Cool.
there was just clear delineation
Yeah.
versus any chance for.
Yeah, it's
ambiguity.
more clear as far as not trying to create something.
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha. Cool. Right. That was.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for asking the question.
Yeah.
London?
Yeah, thank you. I would ask the council, the committee, and the mayor to also consider the public health aspect of this. I'm an infectious disease epidemiologist, and something that just happened this last month was a death, a influenza-related pediatric death, and it's the second one this year. So if we're talking about folks being afraid to go to their healthcare providers, or folks being afraid to, be in public, and we have a 20% Hispanic population, is that not an aspect that warrants, thought into this resolution as well?
Thank you, London.
Did the hospital board not already make some kind of a statement? Wasn't that discussed last time?
The hospital did, I believe
Yes, they
so.
did.
The hospital, both hospitals with, correct. And they received federal funding. Any other folks?
I've got one question for Mr. Steele. How do we help you deal with, say, 25 masked ICE agents that come in? It's now not legal for them because they're not open the door masked enough for the state. How do we deal with that? How do we help you deal with it? How do we help you deal with that? You think about that?
He can't comment
I
technically.
can't comment, but
He
I know
technically
you can't comment.
comment.
Think about it.
Yeah, it's
That's,
his comment time.
I just wanted to think about that, how we can help
Can I
them.
say something?
Yes.
If you would like to come in and talk to me afterwards, my office is always open. I'd be glad to have a conversation with you.
We're gonna have to do that, I think.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Yeah, Kate.
I would just like to thank you all very, very much. Thank you for putting yourself in their position. I was afraid you might not. And many of us are terrorized because what's happening. Terrorized is the word. When we really look at what's happening in Portland, Oregon, Portland, Maine, of course, Minneapolis, and many, many of the places. Now in Texas, it's, well, right now I'm reading, in fact, all of this has made me think about Germany in the 1930s. I had a dear friend that was there studying for about a year and a half. He was studying German. He was British, and that's how you did it in those days. And he was there for a year and a half during the rise of Hitler. And we talked about it quite a bit. This was decades ago. And so now I'm reading The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich by William Shearer, who was there during that same period of time. And it's amazing. What we're seeing now is more than akin to what was happening in Germany during the rise of Hitler. The brown shirts, that's what they would call the ice, the brown shirts. And so I think that we should all be a little bit terrorized. It's not just the immigrant population, it's at risk here by any means. But thank you so much for your work on this. I really, really appreciate it. I was afraid it wouldn't really pay good attention to it. And I think it's really, really important.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else online?
London.
Yeah, sorry if I'm talking too much. This is definitely something that hits close to home, as I also have immigrant family. And the last point I'd like to make is just that, there's been mention of the police department making a statement. There's been mention of the hospitals making a statement. I don't know if the schools have made a statement yet, but the thing here is that the question is being asked to you, to the council, to the mayor. The question is being posed to you, the people, and this is day-to-day people that I speak to all the time, and people that are in this county. They are asking you specifically, what is your stance? What is your statement? What is your action plan? So to, simply shrug it off like the police department made a statement, the hospital made a statement, that's not enough. But I will second what Tate said, and I do appreciate you looking into this. I appreciate you doing your due diligence and looking further into this. And I'm happy to also answer questions. Like I said, I work in infectious diseases, so I do get to see information that isn't, available to everyone else, or they might not be able to find it. But people are afraid, and people are asking you to stand up.
Thank you, London. Is there anyone else online?
Not that I can see.
Okay. We'll move to number 10, council comments.
For me? Oh, Latin are always calling, so thank everybody for coming in. I appreciate you guys. Great to see both sides of the standpoints on these things. I definitely agree that we got to get something out to the community and let them know that we are here for them. No reason to be scared here. Thank you.
Okay. I'm good. Talked enough.
I just, again, want to thank everybody for being here. Thanks again for everybody online who commented. I appreciate Darren and his conversation with Tate and bringing that to us tonight. Definitely opens our eyes to the immigrant population who's affected by this. And I'm really hopeful that we can come to a decision in the next meeting, to put something out there, and hopefully you'll share through your avenues and Tate will share through his avenues.
I'm good.
I would also like to thank everybody for, public engagement in this meeting in regards to the resolution topic and anything else that was discussed. I also agree that, I think that the city needs to make some kind of a stance, and I appreciate that, people that have attended and people that have commented and listened in online have acknowledged the fact that, we are trying to put our collective brains together here and really put our finger on the pulse of this issue and perform our due diligence to the county as we are elected representatives to do. So again, with that in mind and pending, action on this issue, I would just like to thank everybody, and that's about it.
We've had great participation and really appreciate everyone's voices. Everything's coming out. Item number 11, future agenda topics.
The resolution.
Oh yeah, we'll have the resolution.
Definitely that.
Yeah. Resolution / proclamation. Anything else? Anybody else? And then next meeting we have. Do we have a workshop scheduled for next week or is it next month?
1 and 3rd. Water system. No, there's no workshop. No, just the engineers are coming down on the 23rd to talk about the water system.
Okay, and do we have the EMS? Is that
They're coming up next meeting.
okay? So Bob, we see you next meeting for the EMS. Okay. We have the EMS and the water system at next meeting. And then, so we are gonna take a break for executive session. We anticipate this to be between 15 and 20 minutes. If it takes longer than 20 minutes, we will come out and give you a time approximation if it goes above that. We don't anticipate it being longer than that, but this is in accordance with RCW 4231, and we'll be talking about an ordinance and real estate. And it is, I can't tell what time it is on my thing because I don't have my other glass. 6:23.
But we won't be making any decisions.
Yeah, we
or
can't
anything.
make any decision or anything during that. And then we'll come out and tell you that as well.
But we're not. That we didn't make any decisions.
Yeah. Call the meeting back to order at
6:49.
6:49. And we came out of executive session. We talked about an ordinance and real estate for RCW 423110 and did not take any action in that meeting. Call for adjournment at
6:50.
6:50.